Hey guys, welcome to Academic Notebook. This is me, Shubham Agrawal, and in this video, we are going to start with the second part of learning English. And here we are going to start with learning English grammar, and this is going to be the first chapter of learning English grammar. Here we are going to discuss what are grammatical units in English language, and I'm sure you have heard of these three words: character, letter, and alphabet. But have you ever thought of what is the difference among three of them? If not, stay tuned. We are going to learn everything asked on this slide, that is grammatical units in English grammar. And the second one is what is the difference between character, letter, and alphabet. Also, we are going to understand the structure of a simple sentence in English language. So let's move to the content. तो क्या डिफरेंस है कैरेक्टर, अल्फ़ाबेट और लेटर में? Whenever we say alphabet means a complete combination of all the letters those makes that language. That is, in English it is A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. So that is English alphabet. It is not alphabets. The whole combination from A to Z is called the alphabet, the English alphabet. Okay, for an example, if I say I am reciting the alphabet, the English alphabet, I'll not say I'm reciting the alphabets of English or English alphabets. It is the alphabet. Similarly, if I say I know Hindi alphabet. So the second thing is character. What is character? If we are done with alphabet, then so now what is character? And what is the difference between character and letter? If you have already studied the slide, it is simple. All the letters, including all the special characters like comma, full stop, colon, semicolon, whatever other elements apart from the letters used in the language are called character. And apart from that, the third point is what is letter. All the letters, those are the primary keywords to make a functional statement in English or in any another language are called letter. Like simply in English, A to Z is the letter. If I say A B C D E F G are letters, but they are not alphabet. Alphabet is A to Z. Okay, so I hope it is quite clear that whenever we are referring to alphabet, it is A to Z. Whenever we are referring to character, it is A to Z plus all the extra characters those are used, and letters are simply A B C D E F G H. Okay, so let's move to the grammatical units. What are grammatical units? So I think basic grammatical units with which anything start is a word. So what is a word? A meaningful arrangement of letters is called word. So if I say DFG, is that a word? No, because that is just an arrangement of letters but not meaningful. Similarly, if I say airways, so combination two or more than two words can combine and make form another word. So that is also that they can form another word. Okay, so the second grammatical units after word is a phrase. So what phrase will do? Multiple words, those are combined together but not giving a meaningful statement or cannot convey a thought are called phrases. Phrases can be of many types like verb phrase, noun phrase, adverb phrase, adjective phrase. So we are going to discuss each and every type of phrase in upcoming lectures. But for clarity, as of now, we can understand from this sentence is that is written on this slide is our flight time. Our flight time will be approximately 45 minutes. So these are three phrases. Our flight time will be approximately 45 minutes, and all these three phrases combinedly are making a clause. Our flight time is not giving any meaningful thought, but so it is a phrase. But if multiple phrases or two or more than two phrases combine themselves and make a meaningful sentence, then or make a meaningful arrangement of words, that is called clause. A sentence can be a single clause or a sentence can be formed with multiple clause. If I need to put it in a very easy language, what I'll say कि हमने एक लाइन लिखी और लास्ट में लगाया full stop. So whenever from starting from the first word to the full stop is called a complete sentence. Okay, so if we want to understand a simple sentence, so what will be a simple sentence? The simplest sentence in English, the active sentence, the simplest structure is this. Okay, that is what is it? First thing is subject, second thing is helping verb, third is transitive main verb and object. So now why I wrote transitive main verb? Transitive main verb always take objects. The transitive main verbs doesn't give any meaning without object. Stay with me. I know it is not clear right now that what is a transitive main verb, or maybe you don't even know that what is the difference between a helping verb and the main verb. So all those things will be very clear by the end of the sessions of parts of speech. After completing these basic sessions where we are not taking any exercises or not taking anything else, we are going to study parts of speech. And once we have studied parts of speech, everything I am telling right now will make perfect sense. So I request you to note all these points down in your notebook in a very neat and tidy way, and you will understand. We will be able to connect the dots at the in the later sessions if you are not able to right now. Okay, so if I refer this particular arrangement of sentences, this particular arrangement of this particular structure of simple sentence, then what can be the example? Preeti is a subject over here, is a helping verb over here, buying is a transitive main verb, and mangoes is object. So if I say Preeti is buying, so what is Preeti buying? In that context, buying cannot stand alone. मैं खरीद रहा हूँ. This sentence is incomplete. So such verbs, those cannot give a meaningful idea without an object, are called transitive verbs. Okay. So next, similarly, the next sentence, Rahul threw the phone. Here you cannot see the helping verb, but helping verb is with the main verb only. This sentence is in past indefinite tense, which we will study later when we will study tenses. Okay, but here helping verb and transitive main verb are both in the word through itself. Helping verb is hidden in this main verb only. Okay, so if just a second, I'm sorry. Okay, so if we don't want to have object, then we have to use an intransitive verb, like the light is shining. So the light is shining. Shining is a intransitive verb over here. Okay, shining is an intransitive verb over here. Similarly, Vijay Mallya ran. Vijay Mallya bhag gaya. If we don't know where he has run, we can simply say Vijay Mallya ran. Vijay Mallya bhaga. So these are intransitive verbs, and this is also a type of structure of sentence. I hope you have noted all these points down, or you may have taken screenshot. So let's move to our next slide. So this is just a plan of our next video, that what upcoming videos, what are we going to do. Right now I have told you about the grammatical units. Four type of grammatical units: words, phrase, clause, sentence. I have told you the difference between these letter, alphabet and character. Also, I have given you a fair idea about what is the structure of a simple sentence, that is subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. If the verb used is transitive, object is necessary. If word used is intransitive, object will not come, because intransitive verb may or may not take objects. Okay, But what is left over, that is what are the type of phrases, what are the type of clauses, and how sentences are formed. Typical sentences, when you will be combining two or three clauses and forming a sentence. Like you have heard of this term, maybe conditional sentences, where we use these keywords if, and we join two sub clauses or two sentences together. So all those things will be tackled in the later point of time, when we will be completely done with the basics. So stay tuned, stay with me. We will have fun real soon. These lectures are quite easy, quite small, without any exercises, because we are just studying theory portion now. It will end up really soon. I think by the end of this weekend we will cover all the theory portion. Then we will move to exercise from the next weekend. Okay, goodbye guys. Have a great day.